a speaker. I'm excited to be here, coming to you live here on Instagram and YouTube, that other platform that I love using because I'm going to manifest that it's going to work out very well for me. All right, so what we're going to talk about today is how to land your first 5 speaking gigs. Now, when it comes to this thing, when it comes to speaking, there's so much going on in the world of speaking right now, in the world of live events. If you are trying to leverage speaking to get on stage, this is the time you really want to think about it. I mean, there's always the best time is always now, wherever now is in your life, but this is a really good opportunity to start daydreaming and planning, because the world is starting to slightly open up in some places. And if you are looking to leverage this speaking thing so you can get on stage, I'm telling you, it's going to work out for you. Now, I am your host, Phylecia Jones, and the show is brought to you by iFind You Close. And if you are looking for more speaking opportunities, you don't want to sit there and do the 6 hours of research. I want you to come and visit us over at ifindyouclose.com. Check us out. Every Monday, we drop a new batch of speaking opportunities. We do the work for you, so you don't have to. Like, seriously. We do so much research, so we know what's going on in the world of speaking, and there are so many opportunities out there for you. And I'm so excited for what's going to happen over the summer. Now, what we typically do is talk about the 2 things that I absolutely love, and that is travel and speaking, and how you can leverage speaking so that you can travel. So I usually give you a little bit of a travel story. Now, I don't have a whole lot of travel stories right now because I have been in travel daydreaming. That is travel daydreaming mode. And, I don't know if you ever manifested a trip. Right now, I am manifesting this beautiful boutique hotel in St. Lucia that has the infinity pool like right in the room. So literally you just like wake up, roll out of the bed and into the infinity pool looking at the ocean. That is what I'm manifesting. And I'm going to get it, because I know I'm going to get it, because we've been doing great over here in business. So it's going to happen. Already planning. So that's one of the cool things I will say about speaking, is that you can incorporate all of this, or you could just work your butt off and then make sure that you plan something on the other side so that you can relax, enjoy all of the hard work. And I've been telling all of the members of iFind You Close, like, seriously, a lot of us have had our heads down, like, to the ground, focused on business. So you need to take a little bit of time to enjoy all of this. Hey, Naja, Nate, please let me know if I'm saying it right. Naja. Hey, how you doing? All right, so what we're going to do today, we're going to talk about how to land your first 5 speaking gigs. I'm giving you the travel story. For those of you who are here on the YouTube, you're going to get some fancy graphics. For those of you on Instagram, just use your imagination and just imagine that there are fancy graphics. All right, so if you want to use public speaking and you want to leverage this so that you can travel and do all the beautiful things, because I'm telling you right now is a great time to start traveling the world. To plan, because remember, this does take time. Just because you say it today doesn't mean it's going to happen next week. So if you start planning now, you can start booking speaking gigs and travel gigs like next year. Okay. All right. So here's what you need to do to land your first 5 gigs. All right. Here is the first thing you need to do. You need to turn your knowledge into a talk. If you are a newbie, you need to turn your knowledge into a talk. I don't care whatever the knowledge is. Either it's a story from your life, some tips on how to improve your sleep, how to market your business, how to grow a business, whatever it is, that knowledge that you have in your head. And trust me, we know a lot of things that we don't think we know. Turn that knowledge into a talk, because that's going to be the very first thing that needs to happen. I have so many people asking me, how do I get on stage to speak? You got to have something to talk about. For those of you who have a 9-to-5 job, you can take your knowledge from your job and turn it into a talk. If you are a tech, in the world of tech, I mean, we just dropped a whole lot of speaking opportunities for tech events. They're always looking for folks to come and talk about that. So turn your knowledge into a talk, and you can, get your job to pay for this too, so that you can travel. All right, the second thing that you need to do is start researching opportunities. Now, this is not a shameless plug. It's just all full of shame. No, it's not a shameless, yeah, it's shameless. I'm sorry. Shameless plug, you can use iFind You Close. We are doing all the research for you if you come join us. But at the end of the day, you still need to do research the opportunities that are out there. So you've turned your knowledge into a talk. Now you got to see what is out there, so what stages you can get on, okay? You got to decide who you like. Do you like people Do you like knitters? Do you like people who make cookies? And you might be laughing, but these are people who have events so that you can get on stage. Do you like business owners, entrepreneurs? Do you like people in the middle of their career? You need to start researching every last opportunity that is out there that can match up with what your knowledge is that you have a talk for, okay? So you got to start doing that research. The number 3 thing that you have to do is you need to update your marketing materials. Okay? I think over here I forgot an S on my fancy graphics. See, I tried to be fancy and I left that word out. So there you go. Update your marketing materials. And what I mean by marketing materials, that's your website if you have one, your social media. You need to update your social media to let people know that, hey, I'm an expert on fill in the blank knowledge, okay? So, and that you're available to be booked to speak. So update your website, update your social media, especially your LinkedIn. A lot of events are only using LinkedIn to book speakers. So just FYI, you need to have that ready to go. Business cards, speaker one sheets. What else? Everything. If you have a podcast, update that so people will know that you are available to speak, okay? And you have a talk based on your knowledge, and you're very clear on who you're trying to get in front of. So start making some updates on that. And the 4th thing that you need to do is start asking within your network. I mean, it really does come down to you having the confidence to ask. You need to start asking the people around you. So many of us feel like we decide we're going to be a speaker, and we put it in our little social bio, and then boom, the world will come calling. It doesn't work that way. You're going to have to start asking, and that's going to require a lot of confidence on your part to put yourself out there and be okay with getting rejected. You may be rejected right now. They just don't know who you are. So you have to keep proving yourself to people. So that's what you have to do. Start asking within your network, ask your mom, ask your dad, ask your family. You'd be surprised who people know. And what you want to do is just reach out to these people and say, hey, I have a talk based on fill in the blank. And this comes from my so many years of knowledge or working with people. I think it would be perfect for your audience, okay? And you can also just send out feelers to your family and say, hey, I have this talk. Do you know anybody who could use this message? So you need to start asking within your network, okay? And the 5th thing, fifth. Did I say it right? 5th. You know how you have those words that you say over and over again, then you figure that you're saying it wrong. We got a question coming in. So I currently work with returning citizens. Have you come across any in that niche? Any with church youth groups or church groups in general? Here's the thing. When you're trying to go after church youth groups, you're going to have to specifically target them. I cannot say that I specifically target researching church groups and church youth organizations, but among my research, I have come across them. So what you will need to do is really start making a list of all of, just start within your city and then start within your state. Make a list of all church organizations, not Christian, but faith-based organizations that help youth. So you want to start looking into those, and faith-based companies. What you have to do at that point is start making a list within the 20-mile radius of where you are, and then work on your talk, and then start going after them. At the end of the day, being a speaker is just like running a business, and you are a salesperson. What you're selling is you and your knowledge. So I have come across a lot of faith-based organizations. You're just going to have to do the outreach to get in front of them. So that's where the research comes. You got to go find these groups. Also, you can do faith-based colleges. I went to a private church school. So you'll want to start reaching out to places like that to see if they could use what you have. So I never tell people there's always an opportunity. It just depends on how bad you want it and how hard you're willing to go work for it. And sometimes you realize it's not that much. It's not that hard. It's just a little bit of pulling up those big girl pants and just like, ooh, we're going to go do this. So start with that and let me know if that answers your question. Thank you for that. Now, the 5th thing when it comes to landing your first 5 speaking gigs. So far, we've talked about, I'm going to flash these up again, turning your knowledge into a talk, We talked about start researching opportunities. Just like we said, if you're going after faith-based organizations, you need to start making a list of faith-based organizations so that you can get your research going. And then the third thing is update your marketing materials. You got to be very clear on what the return on investment for people that are booking you as a speaker. And then fourth, you need to start asking within your network. You know, if you like youth groups, if you've been a part of a youth group, start going back and asking them, hey, I would love to come and talk to the group. Or if you see, you know, driving down the street, you see a youth organization that, hey, I want to come and be a part of what you're doing. If I'm right now, a lot of churches we're hitting vacation Bible schools and things like that. So if you gotta go make friends with these people that have the audience you want to get in front of. So start there and start with your connections. And then finally, the fifth thing when it comes to landing your first 5 speaking gigs is give yourself 90 days and be patient. Now, what I want to say is, you have to excuse me, my voice is going. Give yourself 90 days because a lot of us, we decide we want to wake up and get on stage like next week. You have to give yourself 90 days because you need time to research. You need time to update your marketing materials. You need time to make sure that you have a talk that you can go and sell to people. You also need the time to reach out to all these people and figure out what your follow-up strategy is. Just because they didn't answer your email the first time, it usually takes 7 times before people will return anything to you. So that can literally take 30 days right there, just getting that all organized. And it's just like dating. The more you do it, the better chances of finding somebody you love. So make sure, you know, you're doing all of this work. And then once you start getting into negotiation talks, that can be up to day 60 where you're going back and forth. We're negotiating what this is going to look like. Am I getting paid? How many people are in the room? Can I come and do this multiple times? And then, of course, sometimes you'll get your final bookings like in, you know, within the 90 days. So it can go pretty quick, but it also can take a little bit of time. So be patient. And when you're first starting this, I always say give yourself 90 days, okay? Give yourself 90 days. And that means 90 days of you working, not just sitting here, I hope it works, I hope it works. No, this is 90 days of you doing a lot of work to get those first 5 gigs. And trust me, every gig that you have will lead to another one. All people need to do is see that you're out there, you're committed to this, that you're serious and you're credible. You will start booking lots and lots of gigs. Now, that's all I have for you. Now, of course, if you have any questions, go ahead and slide them here in the comment box here on Instagram. And for those of you on YouTube, put them in the comment box. And if you're watching this much later, I get these notifications and I will respond back to you. But I hope this helps. I hope this helps when it comes to getting on stage. It just takes a little bit of time. It takes a lot of work. I want to say a little bit. It's going to take a lot of work. But once you get this thing going, it will go. Trust me on that one, okay? Now, I hope you have an amazing evening. Now, if you are looking for more speaking opportunities, of course, you can come check us out at iFind You Close. We post a whole new batch of these every Monday. It makes life a whole lot easier. So we'll kind of do some research for you. So come check us out. But with that, oh my gosh, just make sure you have an amazing weekend. It's not snowing here anymore. Yay. And I know some of you are like, seriously, it's snowing? Yeah, up until like 2 weeks ago, it was snowing. And it was like 48 degrees last week. So I still had the fireplace on, but it's 80 degrees now and I'm so excited. So take care of yourself. Make sure you start doing all this research. And if you're trying to travel, make sure you research gigs in other places where you want to travel to. Now with that, for those of you on Instagram, Naja, thank you so very much. And please let me know if I said your name incorrectly. I have one of those names that nobody gets right. They don't even spell it right. I'm basically just Alicia or Patricia or Priscilla. There you go. All right. Y'all have fun tonight and have a good weekend. Bye. All right, everybody here on YouTube, you know I appreciate you. Take care of yourself. Bye.